you're back in the room apparently. I can barely hear you.
Well, is that better? I'm closer to the phone. Is that better?
Yes. How's the surfing today? Also, as you may know, at our last meeting, we had a director who was nominated, waiting for confirmation. And Richard, glad to know that you'll be around for 5 more years. That's extremely important to the people of our region. On behalf of the directors, I'd like to express our appreciation to Chattanooga for the great hospitality we received. We spent a lot of time here, and it's always a lot of fun to be in the area where a lot of our employees work and live. Also, we'd like to thank the customers who've taken the time to attend our meeting today, including Greg Williams of Appalachian Electric Cooperative. Greg is the chairman of the Tennessee Valley Public Power Association, TVPPA, and I understand Steve Cliff, the supervisor of the City of Dayton's Electric Department, is here. Steve, are you here? I understand this is the first meeting, so glad to have you here. We also, as you saw earlier, John Olszewski from Utilities. We have some representatives from Jackson County, Alabama, including the chairman of the county commission, the mayor of Scottsboro, and another person will be introduced a little bit later. All you have to do is say the word Google around them and they'll start smiling. So, glad to have you here. Greg, would you like to share any of your thoughts from TVPPA on behalf of the LPCs?
Thank you, Chairman Rich, board members, and Mr. Johnson. Thank you for the opportunity to speak to you today on this nice, cold morning. We like the cold weather. Again, my name is Greg Williams. I serve as the current chair for TVPPA, representing the interest of now 154 local power companies that purchase power from TVA and who serve ultimately the 9 million consumers of the Valley. My day job, as you mentioned, is the general manager of Appalachian Electric Cooperative. We serve 45,000 accounts there just east of Knoxville. First, just a note of thanks for TVA's tremendous support and collaboration with TVPPA in hosting our inaugural Distribution Marketplace Forum back in November. The event was intended to raise awareness in our local power companies of our changing marketplace and how our industry is becoming definitely more consumer-driven today. We also have many third parties who are obviously influencing and impacting our consumers and industry. We had over 260 in attendance from local power companies. The event was definitely a success, and we even had one of our districts take the content, do a mini forum in a district to try to drill it down even further within their staff. So just a very good event. We look forward to repeating that again in 2016. Another pivotal event occurred at the beginning of this year, which again took much collaboration and partnership and is in taking with moving programs closer to us, the customer. A portion of TVA's renewable portfolio was carved out and allowed to be directed by the local power companies in TVPPA. It's called Distributed Solar Solutions. The key difference, and fully supported by us, is that projects had to show value to the local power company through innovative business models or technical innovation, those sorts of things. For example, community solar, taking advantage of different financing structures, placing solar installations, for example, where it benefits the distribution system. So all of those things show value to the local power companies. It also allowed us and TVPPA, interestingly, to come face to face with the stakeholders, the solar developers, for the first time in an environment of collaboration. And that was a good thing and an appropriate change, and we appreciate the partnership in making it successful for the customer. Before I get to the one item on the agenda I would like to address today, let me just also express our support and understanding of the challenges you and staff have been facing in restructuring the TVA pension plan. We watch carefully, we watch thoughtfully, And we do appreciate the cautious balancing that you're doing between supporting TVA employees and the impact to rates in this case. One of the most important roles TVA has as our power supplier is your role as regulator. I greatly appreciate Bill's leadership in this area in helping to strengthen and more clarify TVA's role as regulator to not only our members of TVPPA, but to those who would challenge that role. A recent example of TVA's regulatory role is your recent work on the standards, the service practice standards that we are quickly closing, I hope. Today you'll be considering a refinement to your pole attachment rate regulation authority. It is important in the development and execution of this regulation that electric revenue not subsidize pole attachment charges. The TVPPA Rates and Contracts Committee, the Regulatory Committee, and the TVPPA Board have all reviewed the proposed refinements to TVA's pole attachment rate regulation proposal, and we support the cost calculation methodology and the fully allocated model, the two key components in that regulation change. We find that it is non-discriminatory toward attaching parties and allocates the cost of pole ownership fairly to the pole owner and attaching parties. We would recommend the TVA Board adopt the refinements to your pole attachment rate regulation and allow Bill and his staff to work with TVPPA and the local power companies in fully implementing this regulation change. Thank you, Mr. Chairman.